Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's March 5th, a Tuesday morning, and we have our coffee. A little bit of a chest cold again. It's going around with this weather. So, what I thought I'd talk about today is, have you ever had an incident where you bought something and then like a day or two later it goes on sale? Hold tight. So, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. If you don't know, this is the weekday show, Monday through Friday, and then we have extra work, lawnmower repair, engine repair jobs during the day, and then I also do a couple of videos, usually on the weekends. So I should call it the 7-day show instead of the weekday show. But we're talking about, have you ever had where you bought something and then you see a sale paper 2 days later that says it's on sale? Well, that happened to me. I was so excited about buying my ultrasonic cleaner, the 6 liter from Harbor Freight, that I got this email with this week's flyer, and starting yesterday, they had marked it down from $179 down to $129. I'm like, holy jumping Jehoshaphat, What am I going to do? I mean, I can box it back up, still hasn't been used, and take it back, ask for a refund or something. But I'm not that way. So I asked Shirley. Oh, Shirley is the new AI bot. She is lovely. Yes, I have named my AI Google search lady. I call her a lady. I mean, she knows me so well, right? She watches where I go all the time and what I'm doing all the time. So I decided I would ask Shirley. Shirley, what would you do? I'm typing it in. If it went on sale at Harbor Freight 2 days or a day after, 2 days after you bought it. And she spits back out. Harbor Freight has a 30-day policy that if it goes on sale within 30 days to the date you bought it, that they will give you the sale price. Just bring your receipts in and show the salesperson or show the lady at the counter, and she'll take the money off. Score at $129. That's now within $11 of the ones that I saw comparable on eBay and Amazon. So, and I bought local. Support your local businesses, right? So I took that and I printed that out. She also gave me a link to Harbor Freight website where it showed that. So I printed that out. So we were waiting for what I call the crazy lady, and that's Linda. Linda should not be around any equipment. What I want to do is because we're looking at replacing our old parts washer, and they've got one of those on sale. And it's like $30 off, $35 off. If you're an Inside Track member, by the way, I am. You should be. If you buy very much there, it will pay for itself. But if you don't use it that often, then it's not normally worth it. But she had called Saturday and wanted to know I keep trying to get through her head. Don't buy stuff online. Go to Tractor Supply or Lowe's or Walmart and buy your equipment. And what she did last year, she bought a Troy-Bilt riding lawnmower that came in a crate from Amazon that she had to do so much as far as putting it together. And then she tried mowing hayfields with the lawnmower. It was a riding lawnmower, a little 42-inch deck on her. But she didn't have it just a couple of days, and the front hook that holds the deck in place, it's a single hook, disappeared. Nowhere to be seen. And that's why her deck did a nosedive and kinked it. But anyway, she called me Saturday and she said, I just bought this fabulous trimmer, but I don't know how to get it to work. Can I come over and pay you to show me how to use this and put it together? So I said, yeah, just give a call ahead of time. So she called yesterday, I think it was right around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So she was on her way over. She had one stop. 8:30, 9 o'clock. 11:45, when Claude gets done at noon, she calls and says she got lost. Well, she should be there within minutes. So she brings it all in, and it's in pieces. And she was going to have us put it together. Then she was going to go home and put straight gas in a 2-stroke weed eater. And we explained that the package that came with it is for 1 gallon of gas. Go get a 1 gallon gas can, Linda. Don't use your lawnmower gas can. Go get a 1 gallon and just use that for your weed trimmer. But she really doesn't have the upper body strength to pull, you know. But while she was talking to Claude, I went and I grabbed some 2-stroke that I had just mixed up. And I wanted to make sure it ran, so I filled it. And so I buttoned the rest of it together and I gave it a couple pulls and I had it running. She said, how are you running that with no fuel? I had 2-stroke there, Linda. I put fuel in it. What's 2-stroke? I said, it's oil gas mixture. Why did you use that? It's because it's a 2-stroke. You need to mix the gas. So she went on and on, but she was going to go home and put the lawnmower gas in it, fire it up. But I asked her, I said, why don't you deal locally? I said, at least when you're dealing locally, these people have it all put together for you. Saves you time and money. And most of them will show you how to use it. They don't just cut you loose. She had ordered the one with the weed trimmer head on it, the extension. She had the brush cutter. And I told Claude, I said, nothing good is going to come of this with that brush cutter. She's going to get in over her head. Claude says, I'm not worried. She can't pull it anyways to get it started. Well, we get her all set up. And she says, what do I owe you? I said, $20 sound fair? Well, that's highway robbery. I just spent the last 40 minutes putting her trimmer back together, or together that she got on my. I said, well, it is what it is, Linda. So I'll carry her stuff out to the truck. And she's digging through her little purse, and she said, all I got is a 10. And I know she's got a 20. But at this point, I just want to get rid of her. Give me the 10. I'll get Claude and I a coffee on the way over. So I took her 10, and she just was still going on about how she knew that I had to have oil, but she didn't know where to put the oil. And Claude, I thought, had done a very good job of explaining how to mix a 2-stroke gallon can of gas, and I did it as well. But she still couldn't get it through her head. And I went in and grabbed a bottle of 2-stroke that we sell. I said, see, this is the same stuff, Linda. If you're doing 40 to 1, 50 to 1, it tells right on the bottle how many ounces to use per gallon. And you just, it's got a thing on the side where you can see the levels and how much you can put in. I said, better yet, have your neighbor across the road, younger guy, he's probably about my son's age. And he does a lot of stuff with the weed trimmers. I said, have him mix up your gallon of gas instead of you. So we took off and headed for our local Harbor Freight, which is about 30 miles away. We got there and I showed the guy my receipt, showed him the sale paper, showed him Harbor Freight's guarantee, and he said, absolutely. He said, is that all you want? I said, no. I said, I'm going to get the parts washer that's on sale so that we can replace our old one. He said, well, go grab that, and I'll do it all in one. So it turned out good. I got the $50 off East Ultrasonic. And then I got an additional, I think it was $30 or $35 off the parts washer, which ended up being right around $100 for the 18 or 20 gallon parts washer with the electric motor and stuff for the pump. So it pays, if depending on where you're going, it may pay to ask Google, or in my case, Shirley, what you should do, because a lot of them have the price match and the price sale price, guarantees in there. Most people don't go looking for them, but they're there. And you got to be careful too. Like with Harbor Freight, you have like the first 4 days or the first 3 days are inside track members, and then the rest of it's open to the general public. And there's 2 different prices that you're going to save. If you're in track, then you save more, of course, and you get it earlier. You get access to the stuff sooner, so if it sells out, your average Joe doesn't get nothing, which I haven't seen that happen yet. So today we're going to be putting the part washer together, and taking a John Deere lawnmower back. We end up having to replace the carburetor on it. We tried the ultrasonic on it, but I think in that case it was a Briggs carburetor, and it's one of them plastic ones, and it has the odd shape rubber gasket where it goes everywhere on it, and it had swell. A lot of times trying to get the original back into place can be, but I let it soak in the ultrasonic for 15 minutes at 80 degrees, something like that. It brought off a lot of gunk, but I told Claude, I said we probably need to let it go longer, in which we can, before we throw it away. We'll throw it back in there and let it clean itself up and use it for parts at the very least. Well, one of the other things that I was doing yesterday is that Kawasaki engine that it snapped the connecting rod, and looking at it and diagnosing it after I got it tore down, one of the bolts had backed out on the connecting rod, allowing it to open so far, and then finally she just snapped, and she took out the governor gear. She did some damage in there. But I'll tell you, one of the biggest reasons that I do on some of these engines where I'll do a tear down is not just solely for the parts. It's for the bolts and nuts. See, like Kawasaki is almost all metric. And if you ever need a metric bolt and you go to Tractor Supply, your SAE bolts are lined up and you buy it by the pound for a little bit of nothing, right? But for that one bolt that you need, this metric that's 1.5 inches long, is like $4 in a pull draw in its own little plastic bag. So I will tackle engines like that just to salvage the bolts and nuts. And I have a case, and it's just marked metric. That's all it goes in there, is just metric bolts and nuts. And if I have something that is practically junk, I will strip it down just for the hardware to put into that case. And that might be something I would imagine Jason already has that and has been doing that for a while, and probably Travis as well, Amos as well. Because you try to save money now for in the future. Because there's been too many times for us that we had to run to Tractor Supply and pay ridiculous money for a friggin' bolt that we probably threw out into the scrapyard. So on that note, I'm going to start wrapping up today's video. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much to Travis, Amos, and Jason for their input on the flywheel. And I agree with you, Travis. I mean, I left the socket on it because that's what I used to tighten it with. But I can see how you putting a screwdriver on it and then giving it a couple good whacks would do the same thing. I haven't tried the impact style that you're talking about, Jason. Only because I didn't know you could do it that way. And I will, Travis, look into see what the newer Polish Harbor Freight has got. The one that we have has worked for us for years. And like I was saying in that video, we scarfed the bolts because the diameter of the bolt and the length for each flywheel, depending on what model you're working on, whether it be a Kawasaki, a Briggs, Tecumseh, what have you, that most of them are different. So we carry a number of different sizes in that case. And that case is kind of like the metric box that I have. Over time, we've added stuff to that case so that when we come upon something, if it's a Kawasaki, we can look in the box and they're Kawasaki flywheel bolts. There you go. So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday. I don't have any videos planned for today. Maybe unboxing the parts washer, which would be very boring. But other than that, you guys have a great day. And thanks so much for being part of the channel. We'll catch you tomorrow.